asteroid shock, we'd have very little time to react, that is, to protect ourselves, if an asteroid were to come at us from the asteroid belt, or even an interstellar comet from another solar system, as we've recently been having, and we've been told by astronomers to expect more of interstellar objects. This is by Sean Martin, Express UK. A large asteroid could creep up on us from the asteroid belt or from another solar system to impact our planet. As we know, we have a lot of scars from past impacts, not only on Earth, but also on Mars, on the Moon. We've recently had the Shoemaker-Levy impact Jupiter with a tremendous smash in it. So yeah, our planets are getting bombarded all the time. And now, if it crashed into our planet, would we have any time to do anything about protecting ourselves? One commentator warned us, if a space rock were to surprise us, coming at us, to impact us or to graze us, apparently out of the blue, there is little we could do but resign to our fate. This is what an expert is warning us of. A recent study from the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan found that asteroids lurking in our asteroid belt, which is located between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter, could one day come barreling, hurtling towards Earth. The researchers found that the gravitational pull of Jupiter could knock asteroids off their orbits, and they could end up on a collision course with our Earth. One expert adds that and said that if one of these asteroids did come into Earth, there would be little time to react. We have no way of stopping them. This would similarly be the case if an asteroid from another solar system came hurtling towards Earth, just like the 2017 Oumuamua entered our solar system. Carl Ejnar Nielsen from the University of Copenhagen, concerning question and answer website Quora, said, "Some may still sneak in on us. If an asteroid is deflected from its orbit in the asteroid belt to hit Earth, half an orbit later, we have precious little time to act," he says. And he explains we may also miss an interstellar interloper, as this trajectory can be obscured by the sun while on its inbound leg towards the sun, after which it will present its dark side to us while outbound, maybe to hit with no warning in the middle of the day. Let's remember that the 2019 early August interstellar comet was found by an amateur astronomer, Gennady Borisov of Crimea. An amateur astronomer, yes, there are a lot of amateur astronomers and they're finding things on their own. This has been confirmed by NASA and ESA and other space agencies. The interstellar comet, Borisov, it took his name, is now passing us. If you look towards Mars, you'll be able to see it. It's between Earth and Mars. That's how close it is. It's between Earth and Mars. And they'll be able to see it until December, January, as it's going out. This time it's not leaving too quickly. They'll be able to study it. And from what the astronomers have informed us, they said we're going to be getting a lot more interstellar comets coming at us, because there seems to be a planetary system at the edge of our solar system that is spewing out these celestial bodies towards us. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of these. Of course, that's too close for comfort, and it's bad news. It's not enough that we have our own asteroids, comets, meteors. We have all these interstellar stuff coming at us as well. Now, how did Gennady Borisov find it? First of all, he made his own telescope. He constructed his own telescope, and he had it pointed towards the sun, low on the horizon. Now, why did he have it pointed towards the sun? Well, number one, maybe he thought that that's where the interstellar comets were coming from. Number two, maybe he thought, like a lot of other people, that we have a planetary system there around the sun. A lot of people are uploading images and videos of what they see, what they believe are celestial bodies that shouldn't be there, that have no explanation. around the sun. And anyway, that's where he pointed his telescope, and that's where he found the second interstellar comet in 2 years. From what the space agencies told us, they could not ever be able to find this interstellar comet because their telescopes can't go down that low. They're too big and they cannot point that low towards the horizon. Whereas the amateur astronomer who created this pointed it low to be able to see the sun, and that's where it came from, around behind the sun. Okay, so yeah. I'm sitting here shaking my head. I mean, all these space agencies are getting tons of money, and they can't see these things coming from behind the sun. This is totally unexplained. This is totally, to me, unacceptable, first of all. But anyway, let's go back to this. Trajectories of these interstellar bodies observed and obscured by the sun. Okay, and the major agencies can't see them, so thank goodness we have the amateur astronomers who track the sun and find things. Now, a previous study from the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan found that the objects in the asteroid belt, which are of the biggest types to worry about, are the ones that are on a high inclination of the solar plane. The solar plane is relatively flat and equal, level with planets that orbit our sun. Anything above this has a high inclination. So objects with a high inclination dip in and out of the planets and other celestial objects, and they interact with the gravitational pull of all that is around them. And as they do this, their trajectories can slightly change, which is what could push them into Earth's path. Mr. Huma explains, we pointed out the possibility that populations of undetected potentially hazardous asteroids exist at high inclination locations of these objects. We point out that populations of undetected potentially hazardous asteroids of high eccentricity and inclination may reside in Jupiter's vertically unstable quasi-satellite orbits, which can intersect the orbits of terrestrial planets, including Earth, by reducing their inclination down to zero, near zero, via vertical instability. One asteroid in particular was highlighted in the research, asteroid 2004 AE9. The space rock orbits Jupiter at a staggering distance of 224 million kilometers, and occasionally that asteroid can interact with the gravitational pull of Mars, which has potential to change that orbit of that asteroid and put it on a course with Earth. God forbid. Now, some asteroid facts. I like the fact that they're coming out with these pieces of information like dribble. You know, they're dribbling them at us. And this, again, every 2 years I have these desktop exercises for Earth planetary defense against asteroid impact, and they're always failing them. The next time is in 2 years, I think in Switzerland. Basically, the only way they can try and knock these things off their trajectories to nuke them. And that would be devastating because pieces can come falling into Earth and hit us, hit our major cities, hit wherever they do hit, and also fill us with radiation contamination. So anyway, some asteroid facts. NASA tells us that a football field size asteroid collides with our planet once every 2,000 years or so. A car-sized asteroid hits the Earth on average at least once a year. Some of the bigger space rocks in the asteroid belt can be as big as a small planet, 583 miles across. As icy comets fly around the solar system, their outer layers sublimate in the sun's heat and leave behind a glowing trail. Now, we also know from one of the past articles something really fascinating. Comets have been found by some astronomers who were trying to image the northern lights, they were found that our Earth is bombarded by 25,000 icy-bodied comets every single day, 25,000 a day, and each of them have 20 to 40 tons of H2O clean water impounding our Earth. Okay, 25,000 icy comets a day, 20 to 40 tons of water. And they don't hit us at the atmosphere, they hit us at our Earth magnetosphere, magnetic field. That's where they're sort of somehow blown apart and the water comes trickling down. Of course, we don't feel it. I don't know if we feel it or not. We have a lot of steam and a lot of humidity in our air anyway. Besides that, we have asteroids, tiny ones impacting us, thousands a day, and they estimate that we have 40 tons of asteroid dust a day adding to Earth, 40 tons a day. So yeah, our Earth is also growing at the rate of a fingernail every year. So, a couple of inches a year. So, I'll leave links below for you for this on Express UK. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.